Normally, you know me as Peri Lyons, but today I'm Harry Lyons. I'm trying a new hairstyle. Okay, enough. I just wanted to have some fun. Hello. Okay, it's pre-Halloween silliness in New York City, where I am right now. Hence the title Peri Lyons, New York City celebrity psychic. Oh, I think I'll wear my glasses. I'm intelligent. Hi. It's about 1 million degrees and 5 million% humidity, so I gave up on my hair. So anyway, it's great to see you, and just making sure you can hear me. We're going to start out with the psychic weather forecast. I just gave you the actual weather here, which I wish I could change, frankly. So I'm going to pull 3 tarot cards. Vanity wins. Hi. So I'm going to pull 3 cards, and these tend to be really pretty accurate about what's coming up in the sort of general zeitgeist or spirit of the week. Okay, ready? Up. I'm just doing my mic again. How's that? Is that good? You hear me? We're having a few technical difficulties, which is the joy of live television. Okay. We're just going to go without the mic. Can you hear me? It's the joy of live television. Okay, great. I'm just going to speak up, project from my diaphragm, no jokes. And so the first card today for the psychic week, and we never prepare this ahead of time. So the first card today is this one. Now, this card is interesting because this card means that sometimes you can be looking at a lot of possibilities, and you're thinking about, should I do this? Should I do that? Should I, if you look at the card closely, should I choose the golden cup with the snake in it, or the golden cup with the queen's in it, or there's a mystery golden cup? So it means that you are living in a lot of possibility. But what you also want to be careful of is that you make sure that possibility is not fantasy. So fantasy is anything that you're not doing the work for. I'm going to speak up and enunciate, so because we're having a few technical issues this morning. So this week is about learning to figure out the difference between what is possible and what is fantasy. What are you willing to do the work for? And by doing the work, I mean putting your butt in the chair and turning the computer on, or whatever it is you need to do to achieve your dreams. And remember, the work to achieve your dreams is sometimes difficult, boring, time-consuming, and lonely. But the reward at the end is much more than you can possibly imagine. So the Strength card. This is a week when you might find that if you've been dealing with a physical or even emotional chronic thing, and by thing I mean chronic condition. If you've been dealing with, for instance, a back problem or depression, or a situation in a bigger way, a situation in which you are taking care of everybody but not really getting any reward or recognition for that. This is a week when the pain, you might find a cure for the pain. You might get, I don't know, if it's a back thing, you might get a little operation that will fix everything. If it's depression, you might find a spiritual path or a therapist that will help you with that. And if it's something like, actually, I've been going through this, so something where, for instance, you've been taking care of your entire family for, 7 years without anybody actually saying thank you, you're going to learn to take strength from what you've achieved, what you've done, and not look to others to validate you. And then you will ask others to validate you, because nobody feeds you when you're hungry. So when you validated yourself, you get validation from others. I'm going to move a little closer. If it terrifies you, just sort of deal with that. We're having a little issue with the sound today. Okay, great. Thank you. All right, ready? Woo! The last psychic weapon. And this is fabulous. I really like this, is the Ace of Pentacles. Now, the Ace is always, aces in tarot and poker are always good. And tarot, they're the beginning of a new cycle. They're the beginning of in this case, a cycle where you're going to be getting some prosperity, more money. You might, who knows? I'm not going to say win the lottery because that's irresponsible, but you might get a raise. Mostly what you're going to be getting is a physical manifestation of prosperity in some way. So the other thing I'm going to say this week is that when you get this physical manifestation of prosperity, just say yes, accept it, and no matter how small it seems, it's leading to something bigger. So I had an interesting lesson in this today. I live in Brooklyn, and I was just sitting on a bench, and there was a homeless guy sitting there. And he asked if I had some matches, and I do, because for various reasons. And so I handed him the pack of matches and said, please keep it with my blessing. God bless you. And he said, no, I'm going to give them back to you. And I said, yes, but it's meant as a gesture of goodwill, and maybe you could accept it. And he said, no, I don't accept things. And I thought, okay, that might be one reason why you're not in a better place in your life. I didn't say that because it's Brooklyn and won't hurt you. But just saying yes and thank you to opportunities, whether they're perfect or not, is a huge prosperity thing. It's a huge prosperity tool. And so now we're going to get ready for the first caller. Now, callers, if you can't hear me, just let me know. My normal mic is acting up a bit today. So just speak up, and I'll speak up, and all will be well. So who do we have, Dave? Dave is my dashing producer. Dashing. Hello. Okay, I'm getting that this is hard to hear. So if you guys will take a moment and breathe deeply, possibly do some crocheting or pour yourself beer. I'm going to try this one more time. Let's see if this works. And by the way, I'm wearing jangly bracelets because that's what fortune tellers do. How's that? Can you hear me? Good? Can you hear me? There. I just got a close-up of my elbow. Okay, well, we're having a few sound issues, but that's the excitement of live television. So I'm going to speak up, and if we can all speak up, I'm happy to take Laura in Hamilton, Ontario. I have so many friends from right there. So Laura,
hello.
Talk to me and speak up, and I'll speak up. Can you hear me? I know my
yes,
face
I can.
is
Can you hear me?
Hi. How are you?
Hi. Good. How are you?
Good. I'm great. Thank you. So one way I connect to people is to ask them to tell me their birthdays. You don't have to tell me the date, just the day. So when is your birthday, my love?
March 30, 1984.
Oh, Aries. Woo!
Yes, I am. Hard-headed.
I love that. I have shoes older than you. Okay, what I'm getting from you is, it feels like you have a specific question, which might be, yeah. So talk to me. What's your question, Emma?
Okay, so I'm in the process of having a move and a career change.
Yeah.
Is this all positive that I'm doing, or is there going to be some negative flack?
I think it's feeling very positive. I was wondering because I was getting two things. So that career and move. Let's go to the cards for a second, because sometimes they're very good at, so often, they're very good at figuring this out, Laura. Great. Now, the career change, there's a sort of a male boss coming up, is that correct?
A male boss? Yeah, potentially.
Okay, and the male boss is pretty dynamic. He sees you, not romantically, which is very nice, but he sees you as somebody who contributes an enormous amount to the organization. So it looks like you're going to be getting more money. And are you moving for the job, or are you just moving because it's Thursday?
No, for the job. My son and I are moving it together, so.
That's going to work out. You have, what's interesting, oh, I love your son. He's great. Okay. This is the top card. This is the card that's coming up as the position of like where you're going, how things are going to work out. This is my favorite card when I read privately for clients. This is my favorite card to get because it is the card of earned happiness. It's the card of, it's not a fleeting happiness. It's not an illusion. It's the card of you have been financially, emotionally, mentally, morally, spiritually responsible, and now you're getting your reward. When you get this card, it means you're moving into a time in your life when you have health, you have a happy and healthy family, you have a good job, I love where you're moving. Wow, it's really nice. Now, the only minor setback I feel, and it might not even be a setback, but it might feel like one to you, which is that there might be some sort of romantic entanglement that is where you're leaving, if that makes sense. Is that correct? Or a romantic
story?
What?
No, there isn't one. Nope, there isn't one.
A romantic interest in the, okay. All right, that's fine. This might also mean that somebody in the place that you're moving away from has a romantic interest in you, but I'll be honest, I don't think it would work out anyway. When is your son's birthday? Is he a Libra, a Gemini, or an Aquarius?
You're very good. Oh my God. He's a Libra, September 25, 2017.
Oh, cool. Yes.
You are very good. Oh my God.
Thank you. Well, I'm especially good with you because I like you.
Oh, I'm calling it. Don't worry.
Yeah. Yes, I'm sorry my face is so big, but we're having a little audio thing here. Yeah, he is the foundation of your life, and rightly so. He's so bright. He is so fun.
He is fun.
Are you crossing water? Are you staying in Canada? Are you going to? Where are you going, woman?
We're staying in Canada. It's going to be about a 45-minute drive away from our current location. So that's why I asked if it's going to work out.
Yeah. It's going to be, I really like this for you. And I'm not just whistling Dixie. That's whistling Dixie. That's how you tell the difference. Boy, you were born to be a mom. I mean, among other things, but you're a very non-narcissistic mom. You really reflect your son back to him as who he is. If that makes sense?
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah.
I got the Queen of Cups card that makes me want to say that you're probably Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, but I'm getting more of an Earth sign vibe off you. And you just told me your birthday, you're an Aries. Okay, you have a lot of 1984. You have a lot of water and a lot of earth in your chart, but you're an Aries. However, what this means, this card as your immediate future, means that you're actually, even though this seems a little counterintuitive because you're going to be traveling a lot, actually going to be spending a lot more time with your son and with kind of your extended family.
Okay.
So I don't know if you have like family who are going to be looking after him for you, or if you're looking forward to the holiday. There you go.
Yes, I will.
I love my job. Now, the thing you're worried about that isn't going to happen. You're worried that you'll lose the friends you had from where you were before will forget about you. Quite the opposite. They're going to be calling you and supporting you because you support people. And they don't forget about you. They really don't.
Did you see anything with his father?
Get together. What?
Did you see anything with his father? Has he walked away completely, or is he still involved?
His father will be coming back. Would I be correct in Is his father a fire sign? Is his father an Aries?
I don't know. No,
What's
he's not a fire sign. February 8th, or I think
oh God, that's
either the 8th or the 9th, 84.
What were you thinking? Although that does explain why I did get the Knight of Swords card before. Okay, it doesn't matter. That February 8th, it's just a hard day. It's very interesting because people, February 8th or 9th, they're wonderful people, but communicating emotion or being present with emotion, how can I put this? Not their strong point. I also feel that there's some addiction issues with him.
Okay.
I also feel just between the two of us that he's a selfish bastard, but I didn't say that outside my head. Oh, wait, I did. Sorry. But he's going to seem like he's going away. He will come back around about 2 weeks after his birthday. He's just gotten dumped by some floozy. I'm sorry to be so judgmental, but I am. So, and he's starting to realize that you're the only person he ever had a genuine emotional connection with, which is why he ran like hell, because he doesn't like or understand emotions. But he will come back, and he will be quite forthcoming. I think there's a possibility that he might disappear again in a couple of months after that. But that's not carved in stone. What I would suggest is there's a great book called something like the 5 Love Languages. You and he have very different love languages, very different. I would suggest getting that book and reading it. I'm happy to send it to you for free because I really like you.
Thank you. Yes, you can.
Okay, I'm on Facebook, Peri, P-E-R-I, Lyons, L-Y-O-N-S. Ignore my manicure, thank you. But I'll send you that book. One thing, you guys got along in some really good ways, but he gets spooked by emotion, and also he just couldn't communicate to you how he felt about you. However,
oh, absolutely.
What?
Absolutely, that was his with he doesn't communicate at all about anything. So,
he doesn't seem to care about anything. That's an Aquarius thing. They don't seem to care about anything. However, it's not true. It's sort of like they're from a different planet and they don't know how to tell people. They kind of, they seem cold, but they're not. So, he's got a lot of Aquarius in his chart. But he does have a good family, which is interesting. And he really wants to understand how to talk to you, so you might find a couples therapist. And also, your son is so adorable that I don't see how anybody could be in the same room with him and not just want to spend the rest of their lives with him. So, I'm feeling kind of cautiously optimistic about this. But I love the job. I love the job for you. The commute is actually going to be a time when you can listen to like books on tape or podcasts and learn stuff because you're such a learner. So cool.
do you see where I am? Like what career?
What?
Yeah, like where? Like
what career?
Plant, like, yeah.
Okay. Well, you have a bunch of different talents. And then I'm going to wrap up because we've got somebody waiting, but you're so cool that, okay. The talents that you have a healing talent. You make a good nurse or doctor. But what you have is talent. I'm just going to say you're really good at cutting through bull crap. So whether you manage people or you're brought in to sort of revitalize a brand, or what your talent is you can see what should be done and what isn't being done correctly. I'm not sure what you do because I'm seeing you sitting at a computer and that could be like anything. You have a very, very good, also you're very good at managing people. So you have a strong administrative and managerial talent, but you also have a talent for leadership in that you see what's not working, what is working, and how to communicate that to people in a way they can do it. Is that about right?
Yep.
Cool.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's such a pleasure. Thank you. Get in contact with me. I'm giving away like free 15-minute readings. Have a great night. So contact me.
You too.
For everybody I owe a 15-minute reading to, I've been taking care of my mom full time the last week and a half. So I'll get back to you. And now we've got our last caller. And be in touch, okay? I really want to know how you're doing. Thanks, Laura. Thanks. Okay. We have a caller. I've got 5 minutes, but I'm a New Yorker, so I can talk fast and get it done. 4 minutes. And who do we have? Hi, Angel. What's your name?
Hello.
Hi there. Oh, Lisa. Hi, Lisa.
Yep,
How are
this is
you?
Lisa. I'm
Tell me
good,
your
thank
birthday.
you, and yourself?
Oh. So tell me your birthday quickly.
It's the 27th of this month.
27th of what? Oh, this month. Happy
This month.
birthday.
No, thank
Wait,
you.
so it just, October. Oh my God. Wow, you have the same birthday as somebody I was married to for 15 years. Great birthday. Okay, I'm getting a love thing. Is that what you wanted to ask about?
A what?
Love, baby. Love. Love. I'm sorry. Bear with me, my sound is down. But do you have a question about your romantic life?
No. Mm-mm.
What? No,
my money and my finances kind of seem to just like bottomed out.
Got you.
It's like I lost an income. I'm trying to do my business, and it's like I'm like everything's falling down. Everything. It's
Okay,
like the tower card, how everything just comes tumbling down.
Just so you know, everybody in the world that I talk to, including me, has it gotten really bad in the last week? Because I'm going to say three minutes. Here's what I'm getting for you. Everybody I know, from movie stars to, full disclosure, me, has like suddenly wound up in this weird position this week where it's like, where did all my money go? I just had it. It was here a second ago. Now, what's happening, and especially because you're a Scorpio, so the first card that came up for you is your card. It's a Scorpio woman. When I get this card, it's an immediate reassurance that you are going to be okay. Second card, Devil card, says to me that things seem a lot worse than they are, especially if there's an enormous guy with like horns and bat wings in your living room. But ignore him. But things seem really bad right now. The Devil card in this position doesn't mean anything other than things seem a lot worse than they're going to be. I would suggest that look at where every penny of your finances are going. You have like a product and a personality that people want. The problem is that you're so pressed for time, is that right? That you can't do a lot of the social media, the advertising. If you have somebody you can get in as an intern or just a kid you can get in to take care of your social media for the next week, just the next week, honey, and just do your social media, let people know who you are and what you do and what you're offering. I'm going to say by the 12th, you're going to see a turnaround. You're going to be fine. Do you hear me? Can you hear that?
Okay. All right.
I know it seems bleak right now. That's just today. I have 12 cents in bank today, but I've got money coming in on Friday, and you've got money coming in on Tuesday. You're going to be fine. Do not give up at this point. Keep going. You never borrow money from people, but look around. There's a friend you can borrow a couple hundred from because God knows you've done enough for everybody else. Get back to me.
Well, I don't borrow. I don't borrow money.
I know. I don't know.
Because I can't pay that.
I'm a water sign too. We don't do it. Get in touch with me. I've got a couple more things to tell you. It's Peri, P-E-R-I, like Periwinkle. Lyons, like Lyons. I'm on Facebook. Just shoot me a quick thing. I'm going to give you another 15 minutes. All right, my love? Because you're going to be fine, and I need you to know that. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Come back next week. We're on we're live, as you can tell from our audio things. But I'm Peri Lyons, and I just love my callers, love my job, and thanks for being here. You really mean so much to me. And so does your well-being and happiness. So let's work together to get back to relevant. You can do it. All right, love. See you, cats and kittens. See you next week.